Newt, act professional, go.
Alright, what's up? How's everybody doing? It's been a while since we seen you all. This is your boy Newt 1949 with Shinwar,
Yo.
Nelson, Del Rio, and Decapre Life with
Said
the,
Nelson Del Rio.
with the March 26, 2014 podcast. So, we're going to get right into it. Oh my god. One of the first things we're going to talk about. The emergence of virtual reality.
Damn, you seen it guzzling down his neck.
You see his eyes? I see.
This podcast is brought to you by Snapple.
Y'all need to stop, yo.
Alright, but anyway. We're going to talk about the Oculus Rift, the PlayStation 4 virtual reality headset, which is known as Morpheus. And we're going to mix in the Kinect there. And we're just going to get everyone's thoughts and opinions on pretty much, you know, the direction of virtual reality. And is Kinect already behind before it even catches up? Or is virtual reality just too far off in the future? So I'm going to go ahead and start off with Demizzle for Rizzle. What do you think about the Oculus Rift versus Project Morpheus? Versus the Kinect? I can't do this anymore.
I'll flat out say it, man. Like, virtual reality, I can't even call virtual reality a fad because by definition, a fad is something that has a very short shelf life, but for that shelf life, it's extremely popular. Oculus Rift is just another freaking no.
What's he doing? Luigi, chill.
Oculus Rift is just another, and the PlayStation Eye and their VR thing is just another generation of failed VR, soon to be failed VR, because I've been gaming for 25 plus years and I've seen every incarnation of virtual reality come out commercially since the 80s, and they've all failed for the exact same reasons. Like, it's too expensive relative to the hardware that you need to run it on. You need other hardware to run it on. There's been very few actual standalone VR headsets, with the exception of like things like Virtual Boy and like the big stand-up thing that you saw in the movie Hackers that the dude was playing. That was released commercially and that was a failure. What else is there? Like, the other reason is, like, nobody's gonna want to spend an extended period of time with something strapped to their face playing video games. Like, I've had a chance to play various VR headsets over the years, and it's just uncomfortable. Like, sweat starts getting in your eyes, like, the earpieces, your ears start sweating. It's just ridiculous. But kudos to the Oculus Rift, because they found a sucker to buy it off of them, and Mark Zuckerberg paid $2 million, well, $2 billion for it. $400 million in cash, 1.6 in Facebook stock. So the term "a sucker is born every minute" holds true. And what they did was essentially pump and dump this thing, because the people who had Oculus VR, the parent company that makes Oculus Rift, made out like a bandit. They don't have to sell one unit commercially, and they made $2 billion. But I don't think Oculus Rift is going to be a success commercially. I don't think the PlayStation VR is going to be a success commercially either, because even for that, you need so many things to make it function outside of the console. You need the PlayStation Eye camera, which is $60, right? $60. Then you need two PlayStation Move controllers, which are $40 each. So right there, you spent $140 before you've even gotten a VR headset. And then you got the headset itself is going to cost anywhere between $150 and $200, because the Oculus Rift development kits right now cost $350. So you was literally spending the cost $50 less the cost of a PlayStation 4 to play VR on a limited selection of games, and it's just not going to be worth it. And like
Mhm.
all VR, it's going to die out within a year, and you'll never hear from it again for another like 5 or 6 or 7 years until some other company comes along like, oh, we've discovered the success and to VR, and we know how to make it work this time. And that's what everybody else before them has said, and similar results. Like within that year that it's released commercially, like the support wanes for it because developers see how unviable it is. Like outside of that extremely small segment that it appeals to, nobody else buys it, and it's not cost effective for developers to develop for it, or developers that have made that
Mhm.
first game. It's not a cost effective to make that second game because the first game won't sell that much. So it's pointless. I think the future of, say, VR is not VR at all. It's things like Google Glass and things like augmented reality where you don't need other hardware to run it,
Right.
but it runs in conjunction with other hardware if you had it, I think
Yeah.
that's where the future of virtual reality, so to speak, is headed, because with every generation, you see steps going towards augmented reality and the technology getting smaller and smaller, whereas virtual reality is still something that you strap to your face and have to.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot. It's a
Well,
lot.
you
Go
know
ahead,
what's
Chan.
funny? What I got from that? It reminded me of Sega. Something Sega will pull. When you think about all the peripherals they had from the 32X, Sega CD. Remember that? It was that eight
the
piece ring.
activator.
Yeah, it reminded me of something like that. And like the Mizu said, VR? Like really? Like, first of all, this is nothing new. It's been done before. But honestly, where we are with technology, do we really need VR? Like, we got 4K televisions, 3D this, 3D that. I'm not really impressed. And like the Mizu said, we got to have the PlayStation Move involved with it, the camera. So that's more things that I have to buy in order to get the full experience out of it.
Hmm.
And you haven't
Um,
even bought a game yet.
and haven't bought a game yet. I think that with the Oculus Rift, I think it was a smart move. Um, with
I do
Mark
too.
Zuckerberg purchasing it, even though it came out of left field, they just announced it, and then Mark Zuckerberg is like, "Oh, Facebook has bought it." Um, it's made for games, so I don't know how Mark Zuckerberg is gonna utilize this, but we'll
Hmm.
see, we'll see. But it would have been crazy if Google got a hold of that.
Yeah.
That'd have been crazy,
No,
but
I don't think Google would even, like, notice no other serious hardware companies got involved because they know how unviable this technology is. Like Google
mhm,
has their own Google Glass that they're going with, and right now that's like $400 a pair, which is like declining rapidly.
yeah,
So you can see
Yeah.
Google Glass being adopted way before any VR type of
yeah,
technology is by the mass public.
yeah. I got you.
All right, Nelson. What do you think?
Well, based on what I've been reading, I did like a little quick overview over it, and I don't know if this is going to be a great idea in the long run because Facebook did apparently buy it out, but are they going to branch it out towards like PC hardware or actual consoles? And two, rather, what games are you going to be implementing this on? Because the only game that I could picture of in my head would just be mech games. Like, I don't know if you guys ever played Steel Battalion for the original
Yeah.
Xbox with the ridiculous controller. I could see something like that happening, or like simulators. Like, honestly, I would feel that it would be better for usage of like the military, in a sense, not for actual gaming hardware. But then again, Mark Zuckerberg, as what you said, has trying to implement this idea. I mean, it's definitely a long shot. I would like to see how this would progress within gaming itself and where it would lead to. But as of right now, it's only a handful of games that actually will use this actual software and utilize it. But will this hardware also damage the impairing eye for people? Like, will it damage eyesight? Will it be too much? Will it be like visually putting a strain on yourself. Like what can it do? You know, we don't even know the side effects of these things yet. So
yeah, and that,
just to come back right quick though, like what Nelson said about military application, like the military has been like messing with VR for decades, and they have simulators for planes that are like entire virtual cockpits and stuff like that. Same for tanks that they train their soldiers on. So I don't see them using VR like a whole headset type of thing when they still have these virtual cockpits and virtual tank simulators that actually simulate the environment in favor of like a gimmick, you know? Because that's the perfect thing for VR. It's a gimmick. It's something that people initially give high praise to, but when it comes out, they go, huh, really?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and the way I look at it, it's too expensive, man. I think it's too early for VR. I think in regards to Kinect is even a little bit before its time still, but I think it's a safer bet than VR. I don't think it was a bad move by Zuckerberg, because I'm pretty sure he's pretty bored because he got so much money off of Facebook. It's like, what's the next venture? And VR can be used for a lot of stuff outside of gaming. Like, you know, real estate agencies can buy it and you can take a tour of a home. Or if you can't afford to go on vacation somewhere, maybe you can take a virtual trip. There's a lot of different possibilities with virtual reality, and pimping it out to the different consoles is also smart. Like, you know, Mad Catz makes controllers and all these other accessories. That'd be another good move. So it is very uncertain. And I even own a gaming headset. I own the Triton 180s. They're not the most horrific thing to wear, but I'd say after about probably an hour, I'm ready to get it off my head, because I mean, it's a headphone. It's on your head. You're gonna feel it. Your head is gonna get fatigued. Your ears are gonna get fatigued.
You got 2 rims on the side of your head, yo.
My 15s right now. So yeah, and you know, and then you're gonna have all that loud noise in there. It's a huge risk, I think, by Sony. Zuckerberg, he's got the money. And he's not paying all in cash. He's giving stocks, you know, stuff like that. He's a smart kid. Sony, I don't know. And like the Mizzle mentioned, the price of the Move controllers and things like that. Understand, that's only for PS3. There's no Move controller yet for PS4. So who knows how much that's going to cost. So they're pretty much, Morpheus is really like aimed at PS3 right now, which is crazy, but who knows? I wish y'all the best. Hey, I hope it works, but I mean, just being real, I doubt it.
I think it's a big risk for Facebook too, because Facebook needs to show its investors that they offer tangible products, you know? Because Facebook right now, like, all it is a social media site. They sell ad space on it, games, get licensed to it, but that's it. They have to show their investors, like, hey, like Google, we offer tangible things that you can purchase. Like, Google has a lot of services that you can purchase. You can purchase their enterprise level software to develop on, and you got the Android's open source software that they license to phones and stuff. It's so Facebook is in desperate need of tangible things to offer consumers to prove to investors that they're worth putting money into. Okay.
Hey, we shall see, but enough about that. Let's move on to something that's been getting on developers' nerves, getting on gamers' nerves, and is always shifting, always moving, always changing. And to my knowledge, GameStop is still on top when it comes to this. And we're talking about the used game market. And I'm just gonna name, you know, some of the biggest people who do it, and that's GameFly versus GameStop versus Best Buy versus Walmart, which Shinwar pointed out, I want to say a week and a half ago. I'm just naming the really big boys. I mean, you could throw Target in there, but Shinwar pointed out to me that Walmart is going to start, or it may have already started, and they're going to give Walmart gift cards, I think, for your trade-ins. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit and start with Nelson Del Rio. What do you think about the used game market, and do you want to touch on any of these companies in particular?
Well, right now, the used market is helping right now with the economy that we live in. Not many people are able to go purchase a $60 game anymore. So we usually, take in these sales with, like, goodness. And now Best Buy, you have Target's doing it, Toys R Us is doing it, GameStop, GameFly. They're all starting to get in the same program so they can get something back. But there's also a thing where they will sell the game to us for their so-called cheap price and then oversell it if we was to bring something in for a trade-in. And I don't think that's right at all. Like, why would you do that when the game is technically used and then scam us out for the future in that sense? But at the same time, they say that it's a market that's also killing
Breaking up,
the
Nelson.
You breaking up, Nelson? Repeat that last thing you said.
I said that it's also killing certain game companies while they're doing this whole trade. Still?
Okay, we can hear you.
One sec.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Alright, I said it's also killing certain game companies and developers with this whole used game market and whatnot, and a lot of people is getting upset about it, such as Microsoft was one of them. Sony was like iffy about it. It was like going with okay, and then no, they're not. So to me, it's so-so, but a lot of people's giving different trade-ins, and some stores are giving like horrible trade-ins for it. So I'm with it because I be getting games for us for the stream. But for other people, it may not be so much, because then you don't get the original packaging, you don't get the pre-codes, the downloadable codes, or whatever it comes with. You just get the disc, it's all fucked up. Or just like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the story where this guy bought a used Nintendo 3DS for his little son, and it had porno on it. So you don't know what can be stored on these used content stuff.
Yeah, and someone who used to work for GameStop, you're supposed to wipe that stuff clean. Like,
Exactly.
when you get it, and that once that person trades it in, right then and there, you're supposed to wipe the console clean.
Yep.
But I'm just gonna chime in real quick. GameStop, I haven't shopped there in a while because I think honestly it's creeping, but GameFly is, and Shinwar can attest to this because I always text them when they come. They have their blowout clearance, man. And I'd say if you wait about maybe 3, sometimes 4 months for these new releases, GameFly will have them for like $20, $15. I mean, and it'll be any game you can think of, and they just have these huge blowout sales. But you go to GameStop, that same game is still $55, $45, or $40, and I can get it for $15. But one of the best values, I have to look it up again, but I remember when Shinwar was buying his Xbox One, they offered him something at Best Buy where you would get like a discount off of your new games or something like that. It was like $250. It was their reward. In the long run, it was like one of the best deals I've heard. But $250 or $200 up front?
And that's on top of whatever the cost of the Xbox One was. So
Right. That was crazy. Walmart, what are you doing? Anyway, go ahead, Demizzle. What do you have to say
It's
about
like,
this?
I'm wary of big box stores like big box multi-purpose stores like Walmart offering these trade-ins, because while they may be giving you like the most like for your game, have you ever been to a Walmart? Do you see the type of people that work at Walmart?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not bullshitting. Like, customer service at Walmart is fucking ridiculously bad. And like, you go there to their customer service and like you end up like waiting 10 minutes to be seen by somebody. You could be sitting like right there in front of their face.
That's true. That's true.
And they'll like look at you, go back to doing what they're doing, look at you again like you're bothering them. And then when they see you still there, they finally come and help you. So it's the customer service is what I'm more worried about, because even though GameStop may be like kind of ripping you off a little bit in terms of value, the customer service is on point because that's what they're dedicated to doing. They want your money, they want your business.
Yeah.
Walmart is the biggest.
Without
Walmart is the
customers,
biggest
there is no GameStop without us at all. Like
Exactly.
Walmart doesn't need the gamers. You know what I mean? They don't need the gamers.
Walmart
So-
is the largest corporation in the world and is the largest retail chain in the world. They truly don't care if they lose a customer here or there to a competitor, because they know for every one that they lose, like, they're gonna have 20 more behind them waiting to come purchase crap at their store. And
That
that's like
rollback
one of
prices.
it's one of the main reasons why I don't shop at Walmart unless I can't avoid it, is because of their poor customer service.
Mhm. That's sad,
So-
man. I haven't experienced that. Maybe it's different in the South, but they're pretty good about it down here. But we're
Dude,
gonna.
you more south than me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like down here, I mean, I'm good down here. Like I don't have an issue. And they're close down here. Like I have two within 10 miles of each other.
Dude, I have four I can literally go to a Walmart right now, four of them, and be with like 5 minutes of. They're 5 minutes within each other's radius. That's how.
Popping up like
ridiculous Walmart is.
7-Elevens, but
And plus, on a slight tangent, like Walmart is opening up like a corner store version of Walmart called Express Walmart.
Oh god.
wow.
So they're going after the bodegas now, trying to run them out of business.
trying to
so-
stomp with the. Shinmar, what do you have to say about this used game
Listen,
market?
listen. Well, when I read that thing about Walmart, when they were talking about, you trade your game in, they'll give you a gift card. Nobody does cash anymore, obviously. I remember
No,
Funko Land
GameStop
used to.
does.
GameStop's the
GameStop
only
does
one.
kind.
Yo,
But
but
when you
Funko
trade
Land
the
started this whole thing. Hold on, Funko Land started
the
this whole thing.
newspaper, yo, used to highlight the games you wanted on the
Yep.
newspaper, and they get
They would-
old. You gotta get another one.
Yeah, they would give you cash, but like the Mizzle said, you got these big retail stores trying to do this. They're not really gamers, So like you said, the customer service. I don't know, and I can contest to this. I was standing in Walmart the other day, and I was just in the gamer aisle, just walking back and forth, and the guy looked at me, and he was just like, "Oh," he just looked the other way, and I'm like, okay, so nobody sees me here contemplating, because I was in the game out going like this. Nobody decided to help. So I eventually
Yeah.
I walked out, because I'm like, are y'all serious? But
GameStop, yo, dude would have been on your shadow. Like, is something
Yeah.
to help you with?
And see, the issue with this is, and what Walmart doesn't realize is they have the potential to take a lot of people from GameStop, because though they may not be offering cash, a gift card to Walmart is as good as cash. Because down here, I don't know about up north, but down here, Walmarts have gas stations attached to them. They have jewelry stores. They have an automotive department. I mean, it's as good as cash. You know what I'm saying? And you're really not getting. They're really not losing any money. Yeah, here's a $25 Walmart gift card for your game. But guess what? You're going to turn around and spend that $25 here at Walmart probably before you walk out the door. So it's really like it's like we're trading each other. It's like an even barter. So I think if they give the right amount for these games, like if they truly compete, or they even do a flat rate, like say, hey, any game you trade in, we'll give you a minimum of $10 or something like that, man, they would make a killing and take a lot of people from GameStop, because a lot of people are going to turn around and buy another game right then and there at Walmart. So I'll be interested to see their pricing, because I've never figured out what GameStop's formula is for their games, and it fluctuates.
Well, I could
it's never
tell you.
Stable.
I
What do
can
you
tell
think?
you. It's their formula for the game is what they give you is 40% of the price of the game new. And then they sell the game, they turn it around and sell it for 90% of what it costs new. So that's the formula of the
So
game.
that's why, like if it's $59.99, they just go back and sell it used for $55.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
But if you have your Edge reward card, you get 10% off. Yeah,
So
it's
getting it for 52.
now one thing I will give them. I appreciate them for stepping it up and let you earn points. The more you buy, and those points can be used for coupons like $10 off a new game, $15 off a new game. your trade-in bonuses and things like that. I like that, but I still think at the end of the day, I'm not comfortable. Like most of the time, I'd just rather not trade. Like the last couple times I went in there, like Saints Row 4, went to trade the other day with an extra 40%. With an extra 40%, $9.80.
That's crazy.
Well, the game new cost $20, so I was in there today.
Oh well, that
So-
must have been recent, but still, I mean, I was like, ow. So that means like even without that 40%, that'd been like $6, $7, $8, something like that. It's nuts, man. But moving on beyond the used game market, we're gonna now get into something near and dear to our hearts,
Oh,
and
God.
that is Ultra Street Fighter 4. The same game for the 18th time. Nah, but they recently unveiled the newest character. There was one thing that really spoiled it for all of us, I think, is the rumors circulated, and then like one rumor just stuck, and that rumor turned out to be true, and we all were like, "Really, Capcom? Really, Capcom?" So I'm gonna start with the person who I know can't wait to dig into this, and that would be brother. Don't shake your head, Shinmar. Don't shake your head. We're gonna start with Shinmar on this. The new character in Ultra Street Fighter 4. Your thoughts?
I'm gonna make this quick. We all knew it was a doll. We didn't know exactly which doll, but we knew it was gonna be a doll. If they're promoting her as a new character, let the animations be different. You know, okay, some of the moves were looking kind of tight, but it's like, I already hate Cammy as it is.
Yeah.
Don't put somebody else that resembles Cammy, because now I instantly hate her because she looked like Cammy.
Mm-hmm.
But even though I know her moveset is different, and she's a charge character, so she may very well play well. But I think for the diversity of the game, either if it was up to me, I would have put either Armika, Alex from Street Fighter 3, which I really thought he would have definitely made it. That would have really rounded out the cast, or like Demizu said earlier in another conversation, a completely new character that has never been in the Street Fighter universe before. We saw Combo Fiend take on Ryan Hart at Final Round 17 to display the character, and it was pretty insane. You know, she's real fast with teleport dive kicks, drills, and the ultras were very nice. But I think as long as Capcom advertised this 5th character reveal, the reveal was very weak. Like, we stood up, we waited up for this entire tournament for Final Round 17, only to be let down by something we already knew. You know, we knew it was a doll, or along those lines. But to me, the reveal was very weak. But hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all I got to say about that.
Nelson?
Okay, I got a little bit to say. First off, Decapre, worst idea ever. You have the same normals as Cammy, you have the same moves, but you had a teleport animation. Apparently, she looks like Raven from Street Fighter Cross Tekken, if you really think about it. The first Ultra is a super that we've seen in the past. If you guys remember Street Fighter Alpha 3, where Bison charges up the ball with his hand and lets it go and throws it, that's the first one. The regular super that she has is basically the cannon drill thingy, whatever, but she uses her uppercut instead of a kick. And she has a maximum spider like Vega has. Whoop-de-fucking-do. So that's enough of that character. The reveal, all the hype that you have with the whole Armika, Retsu, and all this other shit, that was trolling to the max. But the real core of what I don't like about this update is that you guys really got lazy with your marketing. You got real lazy in your game content. You basically ported almost over 70% of Street Fighter Cross Tekken's content and threw it into Ultra Street Fighter 4. The 5 stages, the online training mode, the costumes, the characters. That was whack. But then again, I will leave off with this note. there is a rumor, the same guy who said the rumor of Evil Ryu and Oni, that there's still 3 more characters to be revealed before the game launches. And these 3 characters are suspected to be Alex, Urian, and a toss-up between Gil and a mystery character.
Bill?
Gil.
What Brother Ice Coffee, aka Jericho Cup. What are your thoughts?
I'm with Nelson and Shenhua on this. Decapre was probably the worst direction they could have gone, because if you've read the comics, if you've seen past iterations of the Street Fighter universe, you know this is pretty much the version of Cammy that got her face scarred and was probably like her friend that got abducted with her into the dolls and crap like that. And it's just like they literally pasted Blade's moves from Street Fighter Cross Tekken onto her character model. Didn't do really anything new. And it's just disappointing to me. I would have rather them did an entirely new character. Like something totally unique, not even a Capcom game, like a Capcom character from another series outside of Street Fighter. I would have rather them done a 100% new character, or even go to SNK like, hey, can we use Terry Bogard for this game?
You breaking up? Oh.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. You said, can we use Terry Bogard? Yeah.
Yeah, I would have rather them gone to SNK. Like, hey, can we mind our people? I would have rather them go like, hey, let's go to SNK and get one of their signature characters and put it in our game. Get the signature character, get Terry Bogard. So then you have the even more hype swirling because like, hey, they put Terry Bogard in the game. Could possibly be a Capcom versus SNK 3 coming down the pipe. They just screwed it up on so many levels, and as Nelson said, they pretty much just like, okay, we know we fucked up on Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Let's just take everything that people wanted in Street Fighter 4 to begin with and throw it in there. They didn't even change up the stages any. They just straight ported the stages.
Yeah,
it's hot garbage, man. I don't even know if I want it anymore.
Honestly, I'm gonna get the game mainly because nobody else really plays any other fighting game like that as competitively that I like as much. The new character, I'm gonna try her out because I always, want to try something new. I need to add more characters to my stable. Wasn't impressed. I mean, it was flashy, it looked nice, but I was like, I don't feel like this is a new character. I feel like I feel like you shafted me. And then, like, honestly, deep down to my core, we've had Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, now Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Well,
I think
you forgot Turbo.
2012.
In 2012, AE 2012. I really feel like y'all should have just stopped and just made Street Fighter 5, honestly. Just make Street Fighter 5. Really? Like, how can this be Street Fighter 4 5 times? You know what I'm saying? But
they did it with Street Fighter 2, man.
That's Capcom.
Yeah, and then what really pissed me off is the downloadable update comes out way earlier than the disc. And the disc is the better value because you get all of the content. You get all the costumes and everything for like $40. And I want the disc because I'm not gonna buy it twice. So now my friends download it. I'm gonna be left behind for like a month or so.
Get the downloading, brother.
Nah, I'm not paying. Look, they got.
I ain't paying the $5.
Ever since Cross Tekken, y'all not. No, you won't, Capcom. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, yo. I'm not dumping any more money into the series after that, yo. But hopefully what Nelson said about the rumored characters is true because they can always add on as they've shown us. They should be free too. I feel like we stuck with y'all that long. But Capcom, and I'm gonna say it now on the record, go ahead and make CVS 3. Capcom versus SNK 3 needs to happen. SNK needs to do the 2D and hand-drawn animations. Make it lovely. All you gotta do is throw Street Fighter characters in there with the King of Fighters engine and take all of the modes from Super Street Fighter 4. You have a perfect fight game, I promise you. And it'll live on forever. But moving on to our last couple of topics. Well, I'm going to skip around a little bit. The Xbox One reputation system. There's been an update to where now, when you're out there being crass and you're being rude to your fellow gamers and your reputation gets a little too low, they will send you a warning to let you know you need to be more friendly. What do you all think about this, Brother Nelson?
Well, I definitely heard about the info today. I think it's a good system because it will prevent people from either cheating or just like doing unsportsmanlike conduct like rage quitting or using verbal language or whatever. I'm known to be a guy that curses, but like I control what I say, you know, but they have a system also when you get to blick red, like real hard red, that you're not able to send messages. You're not able to stream on Twitch. You're not able to watch Hulu or Netflix or any sort of other applications to be used until you build up your rep.
Better not play online.
Like,
and you're gonna be a group of players who act just like you.
But Demeza, why don't you agree with this system? I mean, I think the people who are, I'm gonna say this because you know it's the podcast. I think people who are fucked up should be punished. I'm just letting you know that right now. I can care less if you spent $500 on a system, but if you're going to make my gaming experience online much more worse than what it is, then I'm going to make you suffer the worst possible way.
Yeah, but I don't agree with the punishment extending to non-gaming features such as Hulu and Netflix because you pay a subscription outside of Xbox Live to view that content. So that shouldn't extend to that. I think that's an overreach by Microsoft. I do agree that you should be punished within the context of, okay, if you get a bad reputation, you only get paired with other players that have bad reputations until your reputation rises. And I'm all for cutting features out of gameplay related stuff like, hey, you can't stream on Twitch because we don't know how the fuck you're gonna act. So I agree with that, but
This is zoom in on Shamrock?
yeah, man,
This is
we got Bokeem Woodbine live and in color, zoomed in effect. But back to what I'm saying, like just keep it in context of games and gameplay features. Like punish them by taking away things that you can do within the game. Don't punish them by saying, hey, you can't watch Netflix. Because what the fuck are we, 12? Come on now. Really?
Alright, Shamwar, what do you think?
I mean, my thing is this.
And you gonna have to be careful too. I know how you get.
You have malicious, people that are probably just, let's say you beat them in something or whatever, or you have a little 13-year-old kid that's upset. He gonna hit you up with that bad feedback, yo.
Yeah.
And, it's really gonna have to be balanced. We don't know how it's gonna be balanced yet.
Yeah.
But something else to throw on the table. I really ain't got much to say about that.
I guess in hindsight, I like the fact that you'll be restricted for some of the features. Now I agree with the Mizzle. If it's something I'm paying a separate subscription for, then that's different. But if it's something that's tied into I feel like if it's tied into my Xbox Live membership, because I'm pretty sure when we all agreed to that stuff, to these updates, we're probably saying, yes, you can take it all away if I act a fool. We probably didn't read all that, but it probably says that somewhere in there. So I think if it's tacked on to that $60 yearly fee that we pay, if it's something tacked on to that, then they may actually have the right to do that. But my thing is this, to circumvent all that, just act the way you're supposed to act online. I mean, it's not that hard, because they have to try to control the community in some way. Because you get tired of stupid stuff like, when I'm going on a streak in Super Street Fighter 4 and I win like 6 in a row, but then there's people in there taking up space, holding the lobby, and I go to ready up and they just sitting there. What? I'm ready to play. But you just sitting there. And I send them negative feedback when they do that. It'd be the same people just sitting there, but you can't get in the room and you don't want to start up. It's stuff like that. And I think that punishment to say, okay, wow, like, it's not even fun to be a jerk on here anymore. I can't even do this. So I agree with it, man. Police it, but don't don't abuse your power, Microsoft. And me personally, I'm a good gamer. You know, my rep is not as good as I thought it was, but yeah, I
I'm
looked
still
at it one
good.
day.
I'm
I
still in
was
the good,
like,
baby.
I looked at my rep one day. I was like, oh, but I think that's for my Gears
Dude,
of War
my
days.
my rep on Xbox 360 is horrible. It's like you've been
Yeah,
avoided by 75% of players. I'm like,
God
what the
damn!
heck?
you know why? You know
Dang.
why? You know why? Yo, I'll be back, man. I gotta go cook something to eat.
Wow.
Nah, man, you should see me. No, it mainly stems from when I play NBA 2K and sports games online. I'm not a gracious
Did that
winner. I'm
zoom
like,
out, zoom in?
I'll go in on you. Like, there is no like, okay, I'm up by 10 with a minute to play. I'm still playing to the buzzer, and I'm gonna blow you out if you give me the chance.
I don't think it's, and yeah, like they said, they're gonna balance, you know, the difference between, you know, you receiving legit negative feedback versus, okay, you just smashed this person and they're just mad. I wonder how they're gonna do that, like Shinwar said. But
They need to have like, there was an idea floated back when this was first proposed, when Xbox One was first coming out, and they laid out the reputation system, how it differs from the Xbox 360s. And what they proposed is that they would have community police, so to speak. Like, they'd have players with a high enough reputation be the arbitrator, so to speak. Like, does this person deserve the negative feedback? And what was the reason? If, like, say if I beat Noop in NBA 2K14 like 100 to 65, did it give me negative feedback because he got smashed, or did it give me negative feedback because I was being an asshole? So I like the idea of these arbitrators, so to speak, because it would give a neutral party a better look into why the negative feedback was given. So I hope they go in that direction.
yeah, but who knows, man? Just Microsoft, take it easy. 'Cause me personally, there's nothing wrong with a little trash talk. But moving on to the last topic, and also in closing, matter of fact, we're just gonna close it out like this. Everyone's gonna give their little final thoughts and speak a little bit about any upcoming titles this year that you're looking forward to. And we're gonna close. We're gonna start with Brother Nelson.
Games I'm looking forward to. Well, since now, you guys may know with the streaming, I got recent games for the PlayStation 3. So I am now looking forward to getting Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma, which is out now. I have to get that. I'm also looking forward to getting Infamous, The Second Son, whenever I get my hands on it. And I'm also looking forward to the new Guilty Gear. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But also, I have a quick announcement. This is not finalized. I was telling Shinwar about this. But for you guys, I guess it'll be, good for you guys to hear. Brick Art Media, which is also formerly known as BCAT, the local broadcasting station, is giving myself and a couple members of the NFO 1 hour airtime for television to display video games as a whole and show what it's about, what you can do with it, how far has it came along, and so forth. So you will be seeing us on TV, and hopefully we can push our brand and we can expand further from this.
Excellent news. Demizzle.
What I'm looking forward to, I actually blew the dust off my PlayStation 3 because you know what's a week away?
What's that?
Opening day, baseball season,
Dang.
Yankees baby. But yeah, I'm getting MLB The Show 2014. Huge baseball fan, and there's no MLB 2K anymore because honestly they've been slipping. Last good MLB 2K game released was like MLB 2K9, but I've been a diehard MLB The Show player for a good while, and people think I'm anti-Sony, but I love my MLB The Show. I'm also planning on getting a PlayStation 4 within the next 2 months because I've seen some used ones pop up, and my boy at GameStop said he'd hold one for me for $329, so
Ooh.
definitely jumping on that. What else? I'm not a huge Infamous fan, but I am looking forward to the 1886 game.
Cop that
Yeah,
infamous, yo.
yeah.
Cop that infamous.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Order 1886 because the gameplay video, from what I've seen, it looks pretty dope. I'm also looking forward to Batman Arkham
Knight.
the Arkham
It's
Knight.
Arkham Origins.
Nah, fuck
Arkham Knight.
Origins. That's a horrible game. Arkham Knight. Thank you, Nelson. Looking forward to that. It's only gonna be on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. So, no last gen system port. And one more game that I'm looking forward to is, I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I'm looking forward to the second season of Killer Instinct. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new developers are gonna do. I'm looking forward to seeing who they are, because the rumor is the first character of the second season is gonna be revealed at E3.
Very
so I'm definitely
interesting.
looking forward to that.
It better be TJ Combo, yo.
It better be Cinder.
You in these boxes, yo. You in these
Yo,
boxes.
you need to be
Yo,
in it.
Bowman, TJ Combo, and Balrog, yo. The only three, yo, and that guy from Fatal Fury.
Nah, Dudley too, yo. You forgot
Oh,
Dudley.
But what you call it?
Us
To
fight
add
like
on,
gentlemen.
to add on to what Demizo was saying, though, it's basically the same people that we have now currently working on the KI project. It's just gonna be like the internal people now. And you had some Double Helix members that was like, sound audio guy, visual representation, and stuff like that. They're not gonna be a part of it. And I don't even know if Filthy Rich is still gonna stay with Microsoft or actually jump with Double Helix. And this is a rumor, like, don't quote me. Seth Killian might be coming into the play with this because he's no longer with Santa Monica Studios.
Right.
So that's a big if right now.
That'd be crazy.
Shamar, what about you?
Watch Dogs in May 27th. Batman Arkham Knight. The Division. Gotta keep
Yes.
your eye out on the Division. Ooh, that's gonna be a sleeper watch.
Yeah.
Ultra Street Fighter. What else? Destiny later this year.
Mhm.
Killer Instinct. Second
Instinct.
season. I know. What else? The Order.
You said south of the border.
Oh shit.
Oh,
And maybe WWE 2K15 later this year.
I'm getting off.
But you know what? I think that game is gonna be next gen only. I got the feeling that it's gonna be next gen only. But that's it.
Interesting. Me, y'all pretty much named everything I'm looking forward to as well. Also looking forward to purchasing the Xbox One.
You
I
better.
was-
You got freaking Forza 5.
We've been holding on
Don't
to
talk
that
about my
game.
game collection. Don't talk about my game collection. Nah, man, I'm gonna wait because I want to see if the 1 terabyte rumors are true. I want to see if the different color system rumors are true, and if not, then I'll have one this year regardless. But the Division and Destiny are my biggest because the Division reminds me a lot of not the Division. Destiny reminds me a lot of Borderlands, and I love Borderlands. The Division just looks dope, and I already got my teammates right here, and
I
can
don't know you
just
like that.
I can hear me and Shinwar fussing right now, yo, or Demizzle.
Be like,
yo, we're
yo,
gonna go
sneak
in
around.
silent, and then Shinwar's gonna come in with the RPG and blow the doors.
I'll be like,
Yeah,
what the hell, man?
But there's a lot of good things coming out of gaming this year. Thank you for supporting us. We're trying to continue to grow. We're going to try to continue to give you as much content as possible, as soon as possible. A little late with this podcast. I'll take the blame on it. Work's been crazy. Schedule's been crazy. But here it is. Nelson, go ahead with your donation and support speech.
All right. For you guys that's been supporting us within the YouTube portion or the Twitch portion, we do have a donation button available for you guys that are wanting to either donate for equipment, for green screening, for the stream, to get better cameras, or to give us money so we can go to events. We've been talking about going to E3. We've been talking about going to EVO, Comic-Con, Anime Next, and other side events and stuff like that, and also to help us to get future games that you guys may want to see or for us to review. or anything like that, or just to help us out because you are a good support, and we do love our viewers that has been helping us, and we've been getting a little bit of money as of late. That's how we're able to get the new monitor, we're able to get the new setup. I got half of the money for the new streaming system, which we will be doing portable. I will be going out to Jersey, PA, Florida soon to do more streams. So your donations do help, and we don't pocket it for our own cause because we have jobs. So
Right, and I need gas too, so you're lucky I don't use for gas money. No, I'm just playing. But yo, that's it. Everyone, you have a great evening or
Shout
day.
out to Alex Lexus. We'll be home in June. It'll be
Alex
home in
Chex
No,
Mix,
May.
come home, yo.
chess
May.
mix.
Alex Check, and I'm calling you out in Street Fighter right now. Yo, I heard you been talking trash. I'm tired of the Facebook jokes and posts. Chun-Li is getting beat up, and I'm cheating. I'm using Vanilla Sagat.
Oh, one more thing, yo. We've been playing a lot of Titanfall, so if you catch me or Nelson, I think Shinwar doesn't have it. I don't
Nah, I
know.
didn't pick it up.
Alright, if you catch me or Nelson, you know our screen names, the Mizzle Farizo and Ryujin Katsuki.
And hold on, I have another gamer's tag.
gosh.
My new and second gamer tag is Orange Chicken 87.
I'm getting
Well,
old.
you heard it here, Orange Chicken 87, but yeah, yo, if you catch us on Titanfall, give us a shout, we'll party up with you, we'll rep shop, have some fun.
I don't know them.
Well, they know you. They giving you money. You better
I ain't getting
shake
no
that.
What?
You better shake it like you a hooker.
Yo, that's the
yeah,
podcast for Wednesday, March 26th. We'll see you when we see you.
/27, yo, all late.